Which credit bureau is used the most? Now, I know most of the time people say something is a trick question, but I'm going to give you a trick answer, mainly because I did a video similar to this previously that answered the question in the same way, but I just really want you to start thinking about that question correctly. So if you found this because you were searching which bureau is used the most, then I want you to switch that thinking so you can understand what I'm about to say. What up, you got Mr. Smith, 0.5 of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and in this brief video I want to talk to you about the bureau that is used the most. Or do I? Now, see, what you got to understand is there are three main bureaus. You got Equifax, TransUnion, Experian. Now, there are different types of educational scoring models that each of them use to determine what type of score you'll calculate based on your activity, based on the things that you've been doing in terms of utilizing your credit, if they report to either of those three bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, or Experian. But the question you should be asking isn't which bureau is used the most, because they're all of value. They're all of high importance. They all play a role, and many times people report to all three. And really that's what you want, because it can benefit you if something is reported to all three, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Now, why is that important? Well, because if you get out of the habit of thinking which credit bureau is used the most, you'll focus on what entities are actually looking at in terms of determining if you qualify for whatever it is that you apply for. So the right question to ask, what scoring model is used the most? Not what bureau, but what scoring model. So when you ask that question, the answer is simply the FICO scoring model. The FICO scoring model. You can learn more about that at myfico.com. But that scoring model is the model that's used by most entities when they determine whether or not they want to allow you to get whatever access to funding or a credit card. They use the FICO scoring model in many cases, over 90% of the time. So it's important for you to know that score. Now, I will say this: the Vantage Score is a great score to use as a guide. So if you're getting your credit intact, or you're getting your credit restored, or you're doing it yourself, or you hire us, or you hire someone else, the Vantage Score is a great guide, and we use it to the T, because it at least shows us things that are being deleted. But the scores differ sometimes. It used to be, most of the time, people thought that the Vantage Score was automatically going to be higher than the FICO score. But I have clients that their Vantage Score is one thing, but when they check their FICO or their Experian, it's higher with Experian. And that's what matters the most, because it's not the Vantage Score anyway that's going to be looked at in many cases. If a person is applying for something, they're going to look at their FICO score. So if that FICO score is showing higher, that's great. You just want to use the Vantage Score as a guide to make sure things aren't just popping up that shouldn't be there, to make sure if you're disputing certain things, they're being updated to positive, deleted, or whatever is going on. So it's a good model to use as a guide to make sure things are being done accordingly. Of course, you can still use my FICO for that, but some people like to save a buck or two. So Vantage has gained a lot of traction, a lot of popularity, because many times the Vantage Score can be obtained at little to no cost. You know, platforms like Credit Karma give two bureaus for free, and then some people just partner it up with the Experian. So now they have three different bureau reports. Two being the Vantage Score that may come from Credit Karma, and then the other one being from Experian, which is the FICO score. So the correct question to ask is not which credit bureau is used the most, but which scoring model is used the most. So that way you focus on making sure that scoring model reflects positively on your report, so that you are in the best position to save money on interest and qualify for whatever it is that you want to qualify for. Hopefully this video served you well. Share it with somebody who you feel may benefit. Like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, all of the above, in order to get access to things that we have coming down the pipeline as far as education. However, if you have not already, grab a free credit class down below if you're interested in learning how to restore your credit yourself, or if you feel like you're busy, you don't really have the time to go about the credit disputing process and sending out the letters back and forth, then definitely set up a free consultation so we can see if we're a good fit for one another, and that way we can determine if what we have is a good solution for you, and you can determine if you feel like we can help you hit that goal. We're confident that we can help you in many cases, but if we can't, then we'll say, hey, you know, you probably won't be a good fit for us for being a client of ours. However, we recommend it. So we'll put you in a different direction because we don't want all clients naturally. And you shouldn't want to work with just anybody. So if you qualify to work with us, then great. We'll bring you on board and, you know, you can hire us for our services. But set up the free consultation call if you do not want to do it yourself, but grab a free credit class if you do want to do it yourself. And that way you can get on track. Mr. Smith, signing out. Salute.